Hey guys, what is up? It is Joey, aka Big Red Reviews here. Long time no see. I've had computer issues, and I'm getting back on track. Okay, I'm sorry. As you can see, first things first, a new setup is here. I don't know what that noise is. I don't know if you can hear. I don't care. We have a new setup. I basically took my old desk and just flipped it. So in my old videos, you see the Walking Dead wall. That's actually in front of me. So now this is behind me. I put some posters up here. Nice Avengers poster. I got all the Star Wars characters. And I really like it. I'll do a setup review eventually. This is going to be something different because I usually do movie reviews on this channel. But there is something that I love the most when it comes to media besides Marvel, and that is Walking Dead. As you can see over there, that's where the wall was. That's all my Walking Dead stuff. And now we are back here. I gotta fix you. There we go. But basically, I love The Walking Dead. Season 9 just wrapped up. If you're not familiar with Walking Dead, basically, Walking Dead is and what was one of the best TV shows of all time. Seasons 1 through 6 are arguably some of the best television. And then 7 and 8 kind of took a nosedive a little bit. You saw a loss of viewership when certain characters died, and you saw overall some quality decreases, and even I can admit that, even though I didn't want to. Which is funny because Season 7 has some of my favorite episodes of the series, but then again, it's not that good with the other episodes. And Season 9 just wrapped up. This was the first time we had to see Walking Dead without Rick, and I will get into that. If you guys didn't know, Scott Gimple ran The Walking Dead from Season 4 to 8, and everyone rags on him. I rag on him, but overall, I can't rag on him too much because he gave us Seasons 4 through 6, and he improved in 8, and 7 was alright. It was just boring, and I don't want to rag on him because I know how hard storytelling is. He's basically making mini movies 16 times a year. It's really tough. But anyways, let's get into the meat of it, which is Season 9. Season 9 was a very crucial season in Walking Dead's life. If it failed, that might have been the end of the show. But if they could do something different and bring it back to its glory, and that's what they did. I can happily say that I loved Walking Dead Season 9. It is one of my favorite seasons. It's back to what Walking Dead is known for, good character development mixed with great action. And let's talk about it. Let's talk about the first 5 episodes with Rick Grimes. Okay, Rick is my favorite character of all time. If you can see, I'm going to change you around again. Right there, you see me with him underneath the Negan picture. He is my idol, like, acting-wise. He's like a really good actor. If you want to see how good his acting is, go to Season 7, Episode 1, which is where Glenn and Abraham die, and just watch his acting. Like, there's snot everywhere. He's crying the whole episode. It just amazes me how good he is. And he's such a sincere guy in real life. All of them are. Read my boy Herschel in real life, Scott Wilson. I did have the pleasure of meeting him. He was one of the nicest people I've ever met. Norman Reedus, let me just say, he loves this fandom. I met him at the end of it. So if you don't know, Walker Stalker Con goes Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I go to the Atlanta one, which is the big one. That's like, because that's where they film. So that's where like all of them are. It's like an hour away from where they film. So I went to go see there. I'll put some pictures up here if I can find some. But Norman Reedus, he's the busiest one there because Rick is only there Sunday. He's there all 3 days. He's signing and he's taking pictures. And I met him at the end of set. He looked tired, and I told him, I'm like, I really appreciate what you're doing here. And he really meant, like, some people just wouldn't do it because they get tired, but he loves this fandom. So Season 9, first 5 episodes of Walking Dead. It was amazing seeing Rick in this world that he's always wanted. So he's always wanted this world of order, these communities working together. And they touch on that later when he's gone. But when he's there, which is 18 months after Season 8, which was All Out War, and you see him a little older, you see him happy. He's hanging with Judith, Michonne. He's being strong for Carl, and he knows Negan can change. And in the end, he's right. Now, am I glad that they didn't kill him? Yes. A lot of people didn't like how he left, but I'm glad he's not dead. I can't wait to see these 3 movies with him in the future. If you didn't know, they're making 3 Walking Dead movies with Rick to see where he goes, and I just can't wait to find that out. And some characters will be crossing over, like Michonne and stuff. So I hope he gets to see Michonne and Judith one more time before whatever happens to him at those movies. After Rick leaves, there's a 6-year time skip, and we see Judith as 10, which is cool because in the comics, Judith dies before she can even talk. Lori gets shot. She survives the giving birth. She gets shot and she falls on Judith, and they both die. So I'm glad we're getting to see Judith. One of, if not the best things about Judith in this show is her relationship with Negan. If you didn't know, in the comics, Carl and Negan have a semi-relationship, but in the finale, I'm going to point out the finale. So basically throughout the whole season, they're talking, like, through the bars. But in the finale, she goes to find Dog, and no one, like, goes after her. Like, everyone hesitates, but Negan does not hesitate. He goes right after her. He cares for her, and this is the start of his redemption arc. So I'm really glad they're getting Negan to be this good guy, because they need him for the Whisperer War, because of, you know, in the comics, he kills Alpha. So that I hope they do that. Rick. I love how they make Rick like this figure, like almost like one of the founding fathers. In the Fair episode, King Ezekiel's giving a speech, and he's talking about how one man had this dream, and we're finally doing it. It's cool because each time you see the fair happening, all these communities coming together, you think of Rick, like Rick succeeded. Even though he's not there, he succeeded. He lived a hard life, and he's just such a strong character. Love what they did with the Whisperers. Samantha Morton, I think her name is excellent at Alpha. She has the voice, the movements, just everything, the mannerisms. Same with, I forgot his name, who plays Beta. Everything about the Whisperers, the way they introduced them, they got right to the chase. Like, if you remember in Season 6, a lot of the criticism of Season 6 was they were basically teasing Negan the whole season. They introduced the Whisperers Episode 8 of Season 9, and then the whole back half was about the Whisperers. Like, they didn't wait till the season finale, which I liked. And I loved Lydia. The girl who plays Lydia, Cassidy McKinley, she's amazing. She's younger than me. She was born September 2000. I was February 2000. And she's such a great actor. She's crying in almost every scene she's in. She kills every scene. And I hopefully I get to meet her in this Walker Stalker in October. I do. My main thing with the show is I wish they didn't kill Carl off, especially since Rick left, because Carl, his story arc with the Whisperers is just so cool, and I wish they kept that. But apparently they do that with Judith. So another thing I liked about Season 9, which was only the finale, was Snow. Now I have it right here, and this is my Compodium. I have 2 of them. This is the comic. So this is the first Compodium, and basically this is like right in the beginning. This is Tyrese, the first time they meet Tyrese, and as you see, it's Snow. And so they basically took this arc from the beginning of the comics where they're in this snowstorm, they have to seek refuge, and this is basically the finale. They wanted to do Snow since Season 1, they just couldn't. It's really hard to do Snow in a show, and they finally did it, and I think it was a good change of pace for the show. It was something new. Like, we need something new, and we finally saw that. We saw how walkers act in Snow. We saw how everyone is trying to get to the communities, and I really liked that. The season left off on a cliffhanger with the radio and someone's talking over the radio. And there is 3 people that come to my mind. Now, it was a girl's voice. Now, I think it should have been Rick, yes, because to leave a season off like that, it needs to be something big, like Negan about to kill someone, or when Rick saw Morgan. And basically with this, I don't feel like it's going to have that same factor. It still will, because a lot of people are still talking. So basically, I think there's 3 people. Girl named Samantha, I think her name was. She is from the Commonwealth. If you don't read the comics, I know a lot of people don't. Basically, the Commonwealth is this group of like 50,000 people in like Ohio, and they get introduced in issue like 150, which is around where we are, like through the radio, but they don't get shown till like issue 170, 175. So this could be their way of doing it. Actually, there's 4 people. It's her, Maggie. It may be Maggie, because she's coming back to Season 10, which I'm glad. And the other one could be Georgie. If you don't remember Georgie, it was in Season 8 when Maggie was on the road and Georgie was with those 2 people, and she was trading food for plants, so like for a waterfall, or not a waterfall, like a windmill and stuff. And that's actually where Maggie went. If you didn't know, they said that she went to go make a new community with Georgie. And the last person could be Jadis, which I hope it is, or Anne. If you don't remember, Anne is the one who took Rick in the helicopter, so I really hope it's her, so it connects to Rick, because even if we can't see Rick, if he could just talk on the radio, that'd be freaking cool. Overall, this season is one of my favorites. This is reminding me of Season 4, Season 5, Walking Dead. Season 5 is my favorite season. My favorite scene or episode is probably Rick's final episode, just because I'm a big Rick person, or the Pike episode. But the Rick episode stands out to me just because of how emotional it was. Like, it's really hard to get me to cry, And Walking Dead does that all the time. I cried when Herschel died. I've cried a lot, but it's crazy. But just the way, like he said, I found them and he shot them. You see Herschel again, which was his final acting role. I'm so glad they did that. You saw Shane, and it was so cool to see their interactions again. And Sasha, which I think should have been Glenn, but that's a whole other topic. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think of Walking Dead Season 9. Season 10 is 6 months away, so we have a lot of hypothesizing to do. If you have any theories, let me know in the comments below. Shazam is coming out Thursday, and I'm recording this on a Monday, so I'm going to go see it, and I'm going to do my reaction and review. I know I didn't get to do it for Captain Marvel, but that's like a whole, you say something bad about Captain Marvel, you're getting shit on. And then Endgame is 25 days away, which is the big one. But thank you guys so much. As always, it's been Joey. To the next.